Come on. Yeah.
Good afternoon, good
Come
morning,
on,
everybody.
come on, Gino. Thursday, August 20th. Welcome to the Breaking and Entering live marketing news show. Gino, how are you doing?
Doing well, Jack. Ready to rock and roll.
All right, we got a great guest list for you all. Let's start there. Jared Kleinstein is going to join us any second now to talk about the fact that his agency is suing LIV Golf for $1.2 million. Then we got Antoni Porowski will be joining the show for a classic segment, recurring segment, Breaking and Ant in the Ring. Antoni Porowski from Queer Eye legend. Matthew Berk, head of marketing at Playground Productions. They brought back Backyard Baseball. If you remember it as a kid, the computer game, it's now back. How do you market a game that is getting reboot from people that haven't played it in 20 years? Mark Molloy, director, probably top 3 commercial directors alive right now.
Yeah, he's good.
And then we got Devin Goudey from the home team, Tatari.
Yep.
Team lead of agency partnerships at Tatari. Shout out to Tatari. That'll be fun. Gino, anything you want to add before we get into our first top story?
We're going to be talking a little Jose Cuervo.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
That's right. Shot at Picksuit.
We're going to get, I think you're going to do something crazy later. So stick around for that right after Antoni hops off.
Nope, that'll be at the end of the show. We'll do that one. Yeah, we're going to do it at the end of the show.
Okay.
A little production.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We'll just talk about it right now.
We'll talk about it right now. All right, now let's bring in Jared Kleinstein. His agency just sued LIV Golf. $1.2 million missed payments. We're going to talk about it, what's going on there. Let's bring him in. Jared, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. It's good to see you, boys.
It's good to see you too. First off, sorry that you're dealing with this. It sucks. Like this is BS. LIV Golf has had a lot of bad press lately, but we saw this story. I saw you post about it last night. I messaged you on LinkedIn, so grateful for you on short notice coming on to talk about it. So maybe people can learn something from this as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a tough situation, especially, in our world when you're always working on some trust that you're going to get paid if you do the work, especially if you do the work well and it's done, you get great reviews and you're starting to plan for the next year. That's a particularly rough situation to just find out you're never going to get paid. So we're trying to fix that.
Usually in business, you agree to a contract, you shake a hand, I give you a service and you pay me. This didn't happen. So Jared, explain what you and the Fresh Tape Media team did for LIV Golf, please.
For sure. So, I mean, I think it's good that you use that as a segue of this is what you do. But agencies, a lot of us pride ourselves on not only hiring creatives, but paying them when we can. And we all know that there's always risk with payment with any of our brand clients or anybody, whether it's just because they're going to pay net 30, net 45, net 60, or some massive brands paying net 180. But we have had a relationship with LIV for over 2.5 years almost. I think we started working with them in 2024. We did the 2025 Media Day, and the event is this amazing event. The reason it's such a big number is because I don't know how familiar y'all are with how sports leagues do media days, right? They capture all this content for the whole season. It's wild, but almost every other league has their teams do these different events in their cities, right? So the Nuggets have their media day here in Denver. The Avs do. NBA may coordinate different things at different places. And some leagues will have a media marketing day where their biggest stars come to town. LIV went all out, and because their teams don't have necessarily one home base for each team, they had every single player come to West Palm Beach. So we were overseeing this massive production between a golf course called Dutchman's Pipe, which is an extraordinary golf course, and the West Palm Beach Convention Center. And this is everything from the venue bookings to the catering to set design and fabrication for their podcast sets to producing some of their big broadcast sets to social content capture to doing branded content pieces with a few of their biggest brand partners. It was a little bit of everything, and it was our second year doing it, so we had a blast. And I think most of our team was down there in Florida working on it.
You guys did. That's everything. That's a massive production in itself.
Yeah.
And so when did you find out, like the rest of us, that you probably weren't going to get paid, or at least it was in jeopardy?
So the fun thing is that because of how we filed this in court, all this that I'm saying is already live in the New York court's record system, so I can just share pretty much at will. But we got our first part of our money up front, or like 50% up front, and then we had the combination of the rest plus overages. That is what we're talking about now. We got paid a bit a few months ago, but over time, we just never expected we weren't going to get paid, right? It got one of the things we shared in sort of the court records is that they offered 200,000 to end it, and then they reduced that to 150, and we were just like, this is no, you guys are admitting you owe us the money, therefore we'd like to see the whole thing through. So that's where we are now.
And I think what another point of it that's interesting is that, like you were kind of mentioning earlier, like you're still paying all the creators and the talent that you all sign for this event too. Is that right? Yeah.
So it's a combination of paying venues, paying humans, but then a lot of it is paying creators, paying videographers, photographers, et cetera. And so we run two companies. We have Fresh Tape as our production company, and then we started a company called Gondola in 2022, which is based around giving creatives credit for their work and opportunities. So like the thing we do best is paying creators. We know that brands are going to have, as I mentioned, different payment terms. We want to be the people who pay them fast, in full, and on time. So we didn't hold back. Like I'm sure there are some agencies out there will wait till they're paid to pay. We want to be on the right side of history no matter what.
100%. You know, you kind of mentioned it in your post too, but this is not a PR stunt, people. This is not a PR stunt. I know everyone's thinking it, but I mean, Jared, now I guess a lot of people now know that Fresh Tape exists that maybe didn't beforehand. So how do you think about that? Like have people been reaching out now from the story? Have you felt like you've gotten people more attention as a result?
You know, what's cool is that we've always sort of been a word of mouth business and worked with, our first clients were the Major League Soccer and the NBA, right? Like from 2017 when I started this. So we're approaching 10 years. It's fun being on the right side of history on this one. Like a friend of mine, David, once said, like, you haven't made it unless you've been sued or sued somebody. I was like, there's no way. You can just make it. You can just be a good dude and just make it in business. So at least on this one, the PR side of it is like, I guess a unfortunate benefit. Yeah. I don't know, but it's also like, I don't have anything negative to say about LIV. So many people in this cycle of PR are anti-LIV, and LIV should die and LIV's going to go down. Not only did we have a good experience on the shoot, but like I went to a LIV event, and I think they're doing some things that a lot of people are going to learn from in terms of what the future of golf entertainment looks like. So you won't hear me as like a LIV hater, where I'm a bit more focused on I want to get paid and do good work.
No, we're not burning bridges. This is the Jared difference.
So would you work with LIV Golf again?
If they paid us, heck yeah. LIV 2.0, if you had a good business model, you paid us for this, like the whole point. And one of the things that Scott said that was really interesting yesterday is he was asked, the CEO of LIV was asked, like, how is he going to get vendors trust? It's pretty easy. If you pay your vendors, they'll work with you. And the cool thing about it that's happening right now is we know a lot of the creatives that work with LIV on a full-time basis or a part-time basis through the season. They've been still getting paid because they're more necessary for running the day-to-day business. Like there's people in Indianapolis right now that need to get paid to work. Our work was in January. There's a reason we haven't been paid, right? We're like last on the list. So
I have one question. Do you have anything else on this? Do you want?
Go ahead.
Was there are you sure?
Do you want to do
it?
Deeper conversation here because it seems like that you don't have much malice, right? But you're suing them, which is an act of malice, I would say. Is that a fair assumption?
It's a necessary evil, as in like when we asked our lawyers, like, hey, we've gone through every like iteration before this of conversation of, hey, how are we going to get paid? When are we going to get paid? There was never a reason like us believing we weren't going to. The way it was structured was the only way that we could do to like get to this point, right? Like we weren't going to, unless we did this, especially if there's like bankruptcy or other things people are speculating on. That's the only thing we can do.
It's like a last resort. It's like you explored all options.
100%.
Yeah, that's good to know. I mean, I feel like that's a good point though. Like it's nuanced. It's not like I feel like people might read the headline and just assume like that kind of mouse,
Yeah,
but it's
I've
different.
never sued anybody before. This is new. This is new for me too.
Yeah,
So.
it's not like, I mean, you've been around in business for 10 years, so it's like, it's not, you're not chasing the money, you just want to get paid. People, you have a business to run. Yeah, that's great. Jared, thank you so much for joining the show. Appreciate you taking the time and hope all things work out. We're rooting for you. I would say, everyone who works in an agency can probably have some empathy for this. So hope everything works out, but thank you for sharing the story and talking to us.
You guys need to know how big of a service you guys are doing for this industry. It's like the agency, it's the reason we built Gondola, is like the agencies and the people behind the work have been lost, behind the scenes for many years. I love how you guys are bringing it to the forefront. So thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you for joining us and speaking so candidly too. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. That was Jared Kleinstein, Gino. That was fantastic.
That was interesting. All right.
Tatari?
We have the CEO of Tatari coming on later, but this episode, this live show could not be done without Tatari. If you're an agency, you've had this conversation, your client's maxed out on paid social and search, and they're asking what's next. For a lot of brands, the answer is TV, but whether your agency is new to TV or already buying CTV, building a complete offering can mean adding more partners, more platforms, more reporting complexity. It's not easy stuff, but Tatari gives agencies a simpler way in. Whether you want full service control or a more hands-on partnership where Tatari's team runs point, you plan, buy, and measure linear TV, streaming, and online video in one platform without handing off the client relationship or building a large specialized TV team.
You keep the client relationships, create new revenue opportunities, and give clients another scalable channel when their existing media mix starts to plateau. And because Tatari buys directly from publishers, more of the budget goes towards media instead of unnecessary ad tech fees. Today, more than 400 plus brands and agencies trust Tatari to plan, buy, and measure TV. Take DAC, a full funnel media agency that used Tatari to bring linear and streaming together for its clients. They unlocked premium inventory that programmatic buying alone couldn't reach, and they saw double-digit growth in both customer accounts and revenue. So when a client asks, what should we test next? You have a stronger answer. Go to the link in the comments, the description. Check out Tatari. Shout out. Come on. And now, let's bring him in. It's Antoni Porowski who's going to be joining us right now, recurring guest, friend of the program.
He is famous.
Boom, the guns are back.
What's up, boys?
Come on. Come on
now.
I'm just spamming the sound effects right now, Antoni. I don't know if you can hear it.
Before it's been too long, Antoni. How have you been?
Really good. I just got back from Michigan. My partner's family's from Traverse City. We rented like a little lake house for like 5 or 6 days and had all his nieces and nephews there. And big announcement, my rescue Pitbull Neon learned how to swim.
Wow, come on.
Congratulations. Big question, though, for a follow-up here. What's better, the Michigan blueberries or the Maine blueberries?
Okay, I had some Michigan blueberries. Maybe it was late in the season, but I think Maine still wins out. Michigan's got their cherries. Their stone fruit did really well. Their plum cots were thriving this season. But the blueberries in Maine, yeah.
Interesting.
Also, isn't there like a crazy blueberry recall right now?
Yes, for Publix.
Whoa.
Blueberries. Yeah, you got to watch out because right now, if you have eaten a Publix blueberry, get yourself checked out.
Can we get anything right?
I know.
we eat lettuce yet?
The produce, I think we're good with lettuce, right?
I haven't ate a vegetable in months.
Come on now.
All right,
Antoni.
Let's go.
Well, hey, hi. So we want to talk about this Dunkin'. I feel like the Dunkin' Alex Early meal deal just dropped a couple days ago. I feel like you're the perfect person to give a little perspective on this.
I want to set some more context too. We got two CPG brand partnerships, essentially, whatever you want to call this, like Liquid Death and Garage Beer partnership. We got Dunkin' now with Alex Earl, a different type of partnership here, but we're going to kind of break it down. Let's start with the Dunkin' Alex Early Rising deal. I think it's like you get a couple munchkins, you get a little coffee, you get a little wake up wrap here.
You're good to go.
You happen to see this one, Antoni?
Okay, so first of all, Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. I'll say it. It's one of the best out there. Going for like a simple iced coffee with a milk situation. It's smooth. It's not too acidic. That said, when I was excited, because remember when there was the whole, it was the Kylie Jenner collab, and I think there were a lot of pros because it kind of gave a throwback to her whole King Kylie thing. But then there was also some critiques over like, it's just their pink drink that they kind of repurposed and slapped her name on it. With Alex Earl, it's like, I don't know very much about her except a couple of things that I read. knowing that she like calls her siblings munchkins,
Mm.
and that was why she included three munchkins in it. I just feel like I would have liked to see something with a bit of an edge, or like a 5%, like a little tweak that made it a little more her. But apparently like the fans seem to like really be eating it up. It's like a big collab with Netflix launching her new reality show, which on the back end I'm wondering like how was that deal structured? Is that something that came to Netflix and then they brought it to her? Because when I worked on Queer Eye, we had collabs with like GM, for example, was our main car sponsor, which was a deal with them, but like we kind of like had something to do with it, but not really. Also like greedily, like I'm just curious, like how much, like how was she involved in this? You know what I mean? Is it more promoting the show, or is this a personal brand deal for her?
Right. I have you ever had that situation where you have like two brands on the same thing, on the same kind of agreement with the show or anything else that you're doing?
Definitely. I mean, I had meal delivery brand deals that we ended up bringing on as partial sponsors for Queer Eye episodes. I had like an ambassadorship with GM when they were covering, like that was like our Queer Eye car, and then I ended up doing a deal and some posts with them. So there has been sort of collab. Oh, and I did the oh my gosh, it was a Super Bowl commercial with Will Ferrell for what's the name of that big car? The Hummer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's been some crossover, which was like a big Netflix thing. That's my hunch, is that they kind of it's just it's like a weird, confusing thing, and I'm always curious to know what it's like for them. But in terms of like the product itself, it is pretty incredible. Like she's having such a massive moment, and with the launch of her show, I think it's even gonna like propel her even more. So it's sort of like the way that I read it is like people who already love her are just going to eat up anything that she's selling at this point. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a good opportunity for brands to jump on that bandwagon. Because I felt that when like Queer Eye was peaking and we were winning like all of our Emmys and stuff, there was a lot of that going on as well, where I just felt like people are just excited to see us doing things, which I feel like is happening with her right now.
Yeah, she's a
But again,
deep, deep.
selfishly, I just wanted to see a tweak. Like, show me something that you actually like. Yeah, there's like the sugar-free vanilla in there, but it's like that's like we know that.
Yeah.
Like, show me something new and different.
I know. If you just wish that Alex Earl had like a specific drink that she always makes with her coffee.
Yeah,
Like
make it a little weird. Have one element in that little meal kit with the three munchkins and the breakfast sandwich and the coffee thing that's like very unique and hers.
yeah, like what if you just threw in like a Happy Meal? You go Happy Meal mode and like you throw in something. Like if there's anything in her life, like a little widget or gadget or thing that she
An
uses.
eye patch that she uses in the morning
Yeah.
when she's feeling a little puffy, you
That's
know?
it. Yeah, I think that'd be like the next level. I feel like.
So I think what I've learned from this is that we might be looking at this too micro level. Like we're kind of looking at the Dunkin' deal with Alex Earl specifically, but you have to take into account like the new show and the other partnerships that might come from it too. It might be Netflix led, right? Is that a fair assumption? That's our hypothesis right now, where Netflix and her team
Yeah.
was like, well, what else can we toss in here? What's another add-on? Is that what we're talking about?
I think so, because I think what's interesting too is like looking at the way that what I learned from Queer Eye is that the job itself was never a money grab. We were the first unscripted show, and you know we were lucky to be a part of it, like everyone was. But they gave us the freedom to explore brand deals externally without having to go by the network. Whereas with traditional networks, I think they still operate this way, but like let's say the Housewives franchise, for example, on Peacock, they have to take every single deal, I think, to the network and have a conversation with them about it before.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
there's more of that, where it was like, okay, we made less money on Queer Eye, but we were able to go, I don't know, wear Pampers if we wanted to, or depends, you know what I mean? Like we kind of had the freedom to go shop around. They still haven't come up to me, but maybe one day.
Hey, someone in the comments in the chat on YouTube said coffee with a face mask is a great idea.
Oh.
Antoni. So
Right?
you should feel good about
You're
yourself.
welcome.
That's
That's right. That's why you
And
bring
if
him
you
in.
want the cheap free face mask, just dump your face. My buddy Marcos does this every morning because he flies a lot. Dunk your face in a bowl or a sink filled with water and ice cubes, and that'll depuff you immediately. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, but it works.
Yeah, it's like a mini cold plunge.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, actually, it's the opposite of cold plunge. Because in a cold plunge, you go in with everything but your head is submerged.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
inverted. I think that's good for if you're hungover, which you know
I would never be.
We're never hungover.
No,
but
of course not. Not you guys.
No,
Not
no,
in
no.
those suits.
Bad news never sleeps.
So I guess that's interesting. The Duncan thing. My whole thing is, I feel like at this point, like I guess I like the King Kylie thing more because it felt like it was a more specific to her drink. I guess that's my thing. Like I feel like for Duncan, this meal deal still would work because it's like a price promotion thing without needing the Alex Earl boost. But I get the point of like, you have this thing. I feel like it was just kind of a lot of things were happening at once and they wanted to take advantage of all of it. Like they had the opportunity to work with Alex. They're like, fuck, like let's just throw around this meal deal. Like I could totally see that being
This King Kylie looks crazy, this drink.
The King Kylie? Yeah.
I mean, some of these drinks, I don't know what they're
But apparently it's a drink that already existed before from what I was reading.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
checked that, but it was literally just repurposed, which again is fine. But I think there's opportunities to be creative here and to offer a glimpse into the talent's life where people feel like they're getting to have something new and special and proprietary and unique. And it would just be fun if I would love it if brands leaned into that more.
It's like what's the blueprint? Like the Travis Scott meal where it was like his specific order. It might not have been absolutely new, but it was customized based off what he truly would order growing up.
Like Starbucks is good for this because they're the kings of customization, and you could have something like that, which I don't know if they've gone down that road or not, but that would be like a good opportunity to be like, oh, you can have, this super unique drink that this person orders all the time with like 7 shots of espresso and 4 pumps of stuff.
It kind of waters down.
Ellie has something she wants to say.
What's up,
Ellie
Ellie?
is yelling.
Yell it out.
Come on, Ellie.
Ellie announced that she's the chief Ellie officer of Break Entering Media.
I feel like the Sabrina Carpenter Duncan collab was pretty well executed because she had her song Espresso.
Oh.
Or maybe it's the album. So she had like a shaken espresso or something at Duncan.
Something
it was
there.
like hyper specific to the launch of her album.
I love that. It's easy to understand even for
That's
people
my
who don't
contribution.
necessarily know her music very more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's easy to get. Like you get
Yes.
it, and you're kind of like more driven to go get it, to go get that item.
Totally.
I love that. Before we let you go, because we only have a few minutes, but I wanted to ask about, you kind of brought this up with us, but the Liquid Death thing that's happening.
Nice.
So your thoughts on this? I mean, they've got a lot going on, but what are your thoughts on Liquid Death? Because they're kind of in the spotlight right now.
They have a lot going on. My mind was blown because I was, placing Instacart orders from Costco and getting beverages for like all the kids, and they all love Dr. Pepper, but the parents wanted something healthier. And I was like, I tried Dr. Death and I thought it was so freaking good. People are always talking about, and I have the CPG conversation with friends, and they keep telling me like, this market's oversaturated, and same with sort of like the fizzy no sugar drinks. But Liquid Death has answered my biggest like gripe with all of this is that either they're flavorless, they don't taste like anything, or they have way too much like fake sugar or real sugar where it's basically just like a soda, and I might as well just drink like a 7-Up or a Coke or a Crush. And they've struck that balance of having really good flavor, a very short list of ingredients. Their branding is so weird and wacky and cryptic in a really good way that's kind of off. Like I feel like I'm holding a Monster drink when I'm drinking it, but it tastes so good that I don't even care. And Costco has a multi-pack that you can order. So that's the free endorsement that nobody asked for.
We never, I don't think I've ever had a conversation about Liquid Death on how it actually tastes or the actual,
Never.
or like, is it healthy-ish? What are the ingredients? So this is the first time I've ever, it was always about their branding and how crazy their marketing is, the new campaign here. So that's actually really interesting. I don't think I've had,
I've never even had Liquid Death.
Me neither.
I've never had one.
The peach tea is really good. The caffeine is really nice and low, which is good. So you don't get like too jittery. I'm a big fan. I'm obsessed with what they're doing. So many SKUs, and I've only tried half of them. I don't even like lime sodas, and their severed lime. 10 out of 10.
So you're a Liquid Death. So do you?
How the branding is that? Would you drink this at a get together, a party, a shindig, wherever you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a multi-pack and just throw them in a cooler. I mean, I think we're in a culture now of people still drink, but there are a lot of sober curious or people who are just choosing not to for whatever reason. And it's a great option to have. And I'm sure it's great mixed with alcohol too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, maybe. Could be. Yeah, there it is. I mean, Anthony, a lot of great ideas.
Listen, we're
from you
cooking over
today.
here.
I mean, geez. Anthony Porowski, appreciate you coming back on the show.
Maine blueberries over Michigan blueberries.
That is going to upset
Boys,
a lot
I
of
missed
people.
you.
I missed you too.
missed you.
Anthony, hey, I'm not going to put you on the spot. Just, we do have the Riz party tomorrow night, the Breaking and Entering TikTok Riz party. Just whether you're there or not, if you want to endorse it, that would be great.
You're not putting me on the spot by bringing this up on your live pod.
No, I'm not. I
Is
didn't.
that what you're telling me?
No, I didn't
Just want
ask
to make
you.
sure we're on the same
I
page.
didn't ask you if you were coming. I just said, I'm just saying that it's happening.
So what do you think?
If I'm here, 100%, I'm sure I'm there. But the barn is always calling.
The barn calls.
yeah.
Can you? All right, we'll ask you off camera for an endorsement.
okay.
We'll probably. This is Anthony, and I approve this party. That's what we need. Anthony, thank you so much. Great seeing you.
Take care, boys.
We'll see you.
Bye, Allie. I love you.
Aww. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. There.
Yeah.
Never.
That's
Pelted me with grapes.
She did
the
do
other
that.
day, but that's okay because it's Ellie.
Gino, what do we got next?
What we got here, we're going into Matthew Berk, Jack?
That's right.
Alrighty. Matthew Berk is bringing back one of our favorite childhood games, backyard sports here, backyard baseball to be specific here. Jack, you want to tell him how this interview came to be?
Oh, thanks, Mom. My mom sourced this one, got into the lab on LinkedIn and commented and said that Matthew should be on Breaking and Entering because we talk about, there it is.
JR is getting pretty good.
Yeah, you should get an interview on Breaking and Entering Media. They showcase, that's my mom. So yeah, that's how this happens. Thank you, Mom, for this. I'm sure you're watching, but let's bring in Matthew Berk, Head of Marketing at Playground Productions. Matthew, how are you? You look great.
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you to Donna. But how perfect, because a lot of us owe our mothers, our fathers, a thank you for backyard baseball from way back when, and now again in 2026.
Yeah, it's exciting.
When did it go away? What's the timeline on this? Can you give me when it launched, when it was I guess peak? When did you guys take it away? Now it's coming back. Can you help me just understand, because this game is so crucial to so many people listening?
Yeah, so it's important to note this is coming up on its 30th anniversary. So this is 1997 when backyard baseball first came around, and at that point it was humongous entertainment. People will remember from the famous intro of the game. We, Playground Productions, are the new owner and publisher, but we have the history of same IP, same brand. The last console game is about 15 years ago now. And then it went kind of quiet. And with the launch of the new game, which is out now on Backyard Baseball, is available on Steam, it will be coming to consoles soon. It marks the first time in 10 or 15 years that there has been a new backyard game, but the brand kind of never went away. The spirit of it, certainly people who were playing it, finding ways to play it on Scum or different places. And it's really the spirit of having kept it alive for all these years that has made it not just relevant, but as relevant as ever for us who are still playing it now and are discovering it again in 2026.
Yeah,
you guys got the hats. You look wonderful.
Yeah, these are great hats.
These are nice.
I guess, okay, so now we've gotten to this point, and now it's holy cow, what an interesting marketing challenge for you. I think there's so many different layers to it. You're who do you market to? Do we market to the people that used to play? Do we find new audiences that didn't even know backyard sports existed? So talk about that, going into this.
Yeah, we've always said that if we were to have a cocktail party or a juice box party, more appropriate branding, we would have the most eclectic group, because if you look at our brand, the spectrum of who it touches, from artists and casual fans to more hardcore gamers, the deep cut gamers, the nostalgia fans who know it for what it was but don't necessarily have an immediate relationship to it anymore, and then the sports fans. They all exist in their own spaces. And it is within the backyard that all of them find common ground. And it's fascinating because each of them come to the game for a different reason, to the brand rather, for a different reason. It's the way that we have approached our reintroduction into the marketplaces, this kind of omni-media approach, which is we have the animated special available, and we've announced that we're making more animated content that's coming. We have the game, we have merch, some stuff that we've put on our own, stuff that we've done with really, really cool collabs with partners like Wilson and Baseball Lifestyle. Any way that you come into the brand is a valuable touch point, and that's intentional, because it's not just going to be the hardcore gamers anymore. It's people who have that 30-year relationship with it for themselves and are trying to introduce now the next generation of backyard fans to it. We need different accessible entry points because there's multiple ways for all these different types of audiences who are coming in.
Yeah, I saw that you guys did the Mets. You guys did backyard baseball at the Mets game, which I think is like, it honestly makes a ton of sense.
That's really
because
smart.
because it's like you're introducing or reintroducing it to maybe the parents, someone that's there, and then they can introduce it to their children. Like, because these millennials, you said came out in 97. If you're 10 years old in 97, you're born 87. That's like, you're 39 years old now. Quick math. You're unk, so to speak. But you can introduce it to your kids. So talk about doing the Mets game specifically.
Yeah, so the Mets are actually just one of many theme nights that we've done this year. I'm looking at my desk. It's just out of reach, but I have the Mets hat just out of sight, and I'm looking at a Mark McGwire bobblehead that we did with the Cardinals. I'm looking at a San Francisco Giants one. We just did one with the Red Sox, with the Rangers. We've done a bunch of major league teams and minor league teams this year, and it's been beyond fun to be part of their theme nights. We've also got a big one that just got shared out today, but we're doing a theme night with the Kansas City Chiefs. So we're going into football as well. But this is all about how we inherit fandoms, right? Baseball, like backyard, is a thing that an older generation came to know, that now in coming back, we are trying to pass on to a younger generation, and to have it be a cross-generational thing, just like baseball, just like football, any kind of fandom, really, sports or otherwise, of like, we inherit it, we find our own way to it, and then we share it with the next generation.
This is fantastic. Really strong branding. Those Savannah Bananas too, I feel like they got a crazy fandom. You follow those guys?
Yeah, I mean that's the Savannah Bananas integration into the backyard sports game will be unreal.
And then what about the football? I like the football game probably more so than the baseball. Are we thinking about the football game?
Yeah, I mean, we re-released remastered versions of all of the retro games, which are available on Steam, iOS and Android, and then a couple of them on consoles. Our first big, major new game was Backyard Baseball, which is just kind of where it all started for us. Yeah. And in success, we want to be able to do all of these things, not just to be able to branch out into new sports, but to bring back, Savannah Bananas is a perfect example of like, where else in major sports can you find that kind of interesting combination of sports and weird fun? And that's really the kind of intersection of where we want to live.
Fantastic. Yeah. Can we ask about like getting like the licensing for the players again? Because I think that's interesting. Because obviously, like that was a big part of it. Is like the old backyard baseball games. It was so cool. You could play with the made-up characters, the Pete Wheelers of the world, but you could also play with Ken Griffey Jr. How was it, like that process of really? I imagine so much work goes into the logistics of trying to chase down these people to get them to like license their name and likeness.
Yeah, well, shout out to Zach Oliver, our director of ops, who has done a fantastic job in the player relations and stuff like that. And it's super interesting. In our new game, we have a lot of players from the 2001 version that have come back. McGuire, Sosa, a handful of others. We just posted on Instagram a collaboration with Kenny Lofton, which he accepted and shared out, which is cool. And the cool part about it is in 2001, when many of them were at the height of their careers, they were the stars of the game still playing. Now they are with their own kids who are of that age, who are like finding relevance again, wanting to show off what it was like when they were the stars of that 2001. And again, it's that inherited fandom over again of it's actually easier in many ways than you think of. Hey, we're doing this thing. We want to bring you back. Are you in? And almost all of them saying absolutely. So it's been a cool feature for us.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I imagine they'd be pumped. I mean, it was so fun. The game's just a blast. It was a core part of my childhood playing on the PC.
Yeah. No, this is great. What a fun brand to be working on. Are you guys working with external agencies?
We have done some work with external agencies. Actually, Jack, the thing that your mother commented on was our cinematic trailer, which we worked with a company called Thinking Box on, and was a phenomenal collaboration. They have done some really exceptional work. They did work with the World Cup as well this year, so we're in good company with some other major sports properties that they've worked on, and also in the gaming space. And we're working with Cheat Code, which is a social agency. Shout out to Ben and Grady, who have done an awesome job of finding the balance with how we create relevance with a a nostalgia or a heritage brand, while also making sure that we are infusing it with everything that we want to be talking about for how the brand is, communicating itself today.
So it's really interesting to me. Like, so you guys are you're in this for the long haul. Like, this isn't a situation where just bringing back the game and we're doing the game, going to try and get a quick, make some money off of it,
right,
and move on. It sounds like, it's kind of a reboot. I wonder, like, what does the long-term strategy look like? Like, how are you thinking about making this a brand that's rebooted but is built to last in the modern day?
Yeah, thanks for the great question. When our animated special came out in January, one of the reviews likened it to the Peanuts, and that's really like our long-term ambition. Is there are many nostalgic brands that are all sizzle and no steak, and they're taking advantage of kind of the cash grab moment of how can we take advantage of millennial interest to say like, oh yeah, I remember that thing. That is not our brand. We are in it for the long haul because we want to be part of a generation of sports fans to create this new, again, interesting space for them to inherit. And we've been hesitant to call ourselves for that reason a nostalgia brand at all. We actually refer to it as new nostalgia because we have a foot in the past and another foot in the present. And we are, yes, we acknowledge and celebrate our heritage, but we are driving hard towards the cutting edge of culture in every way. The technology we're using, the platforms we're leveraging, the partners that we're creating, because this is a brand that the future will inherit with the millennials helping them to find it and discover and become fans themselves.
Nostalgia. That's great. I love that. I've never heard that before.
Nostalgia's fantastic.
I like that.
Your brother is a huge fan?
Yeah, brother's a huge fan. My brother was involved in some of the testing and getting the game to be good. Yeah, so he's in it. I mean, we grew up. Me and my 4 brothers, my older sister, just took turns. I never got to play because I was the youngest, so I actually just pretty much watched them all play. But
we got to get Jack a.
But who's the GOAT? I'll just ask that right now. Who's the GOAT? And you can't say Pablo Sanchez.
Well, first, let's give a shout out to Jibbo, who is the man and a major part of our very important part of our community. Love our fans, and he is kind of the gold standard for how we, look about our community. Love the Westerkamp family.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me my favorite backyard character, I know you're asking the GOAT, but I'll give you my.
Let's do both. Let's do both.
Okay. So the sleeper, the one that everybody sleeps on, that is like, if not the first pick right after Pablo, maybe the first, has got to be Pete Wheeler. He's a speed demon. He's a menace on the base paths. He's a really, really, really strong, well-rounded player. And, Pablo is a lot of power, and sure, he's, OP, but can't sleep on Pete.
Pete Wheeler, one of the worst jawlines in the history of mankind, but that speed that you talk, he's got raw talent. This is a guy, you talk about Pete Wheeler, who, not necessarily the smartest person in the room, not your IQ guy, but you get him the ball in space. And you're small ball, let him run it out. I love that pick. I'm a big fan of that one. And then the GOAT, I guess if it's Pablo, I hear there's some rumblings like Pablo's not really the GOAT. It's kind of a chalk pick. Is there a GOAT in your minds other than Pablo?
This is the thing that one of the many things that I love about this brand is the inclusivity and the accessibility of it. There are 30 original kids. We've brought back all 30 kids. Some older versions of it didn't have all the kids in it. We have 30 kids who are from all different walks of life. They look different. They play different. Some are just there because their older siblings are there. Every single fan has their own relationship to it. Pablo is Snoopy, right? Everybody knows him. They recognize him right away. He is a relevant part of culture. But once you come in, if Pablo's your way in, then go and find your Jocinda, or go find your Pete or your Keisha, or a deeper cut like Ernie. There's somebody out there for everybody, and that's what we want, is for everyone to find the relationship with their different backyard kid, not just with Pablo.
Yeah, everyone has their GOAT. I love the Amir and Ahmed Khan duo. If you can get both of them on your team, that's always big. Kenny Kawaguchi is a legend as well. Just it is very cool. I feel like backyard baseball really was ahead of its time in terms of like the inclusivity part of it. You did get to see all these different kinds of kids coming together. It was actually quite beautiful.
It was beautiful.
All these different backgrounds coming together to play sports.
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. That's why it's so fun. You create these characters that people now know and I can recite 20 years later after playing the game, which is so cool.
Yeah, and you look at other competitive, especially in the sports category, right? It's all about hardcore competition and excellence. And you can be that in backyard. You can also just be a goofy goofball and have a ton of fun. And there needs to be room for that too.
Yeah, the GOAT for backyard football, before we let you go, is Chuck Downfield, the commentator. Just the best, some great lines. But Matthew, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate filling us in on how Backyard Sports and Playground Productions is rebooting everyone's favorite video games as a kid.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me.
Amazing. That was Matthew Berk.
Fantastic.
Cool hat too. Look at this. Oh no.
What's with the color in your hair?
I still have the frosted tips, Gino.
That's crazy.
This episode is brought to you by Tracksuit. Look, we all know this is an ad. Before your eyes and ears glaze over, answer one question. When was the last time your strategy was based on current data? Most brand tracking runs on last year's numbers. Tracksuit doesn't. It's continuous brand health data, awareness, consideration, perception. It's updated every month, so you're never bringing a stagnant deck to a live conversation. Think of it as your GPS, not your rearview mirror. Shows you exactly where you stand before you make your next move. Tracksuit up and running in 30 days. Go check it out at gotracksuit.com.
What was that? Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this nuts?
Jeez, dude.
Oh my God.
Say
too much.
Give a shout out to Tracksuit because you're distracted.
Shout out to Tracksuit. I'm clipping that. I'm posting that. I'm going to post that ad read on my personal.
I was like, what was going on?
Oh my God. Did you see my hair? I mean, oh wow, you look kind of badass. This is Pledge Master Gino here with the backwards hat. Our next guest is Mark Molloy. Mark Molloy is...
He's good.
He's on the Mount Rushmore of commercial directors alive today, and it's not just us who believe that. The Emmys agrees. He's been nominated for 2 Emmys this year for Outstanding Commercial, one of which is A Critter Carol for Apple, and then the other one, Backyard Legends for Adidas.
I thought you were going to say Backyard Sports.
Almost. Similar. Backyard Legends.
Favorite film ad film of the year.
Yeah.
For Gino.
Yep. So let's bring him in.
Don't tell me
Mark
I said that. I
Molloy,
don't wanna
director.
Kind of crush on it too much.
Mark, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having me.
How do you feel about being, 2 Emmy nominations? That's pretty cool. You can be humble. We can be humble for you, but give it to us. You gotta be pumped.
I'm pumped. Yeah, of course I am. I've never been nominated before, so to be nominated for 2 of them is like, yeah, no, I'm really pumped, man. I'm pumped. Yeah. And very different work too was really cool too. You know?
Yeah. Exactly. I was gonna say very different. When you got the call, I guess walk us through, how did you get the gig to do Backyard Legends for Adidas? How did that come to be?
Yeah, I just got I was chatting to Brian Carmody on Smuggler. He's like, oh, there's this thing that's floating around. Yeah, because he knows I'm like a football fan, and he's like, and then he sort of like he sort of sent it to me, and I was just like, I was like Timothy, I was like Bad Bunny, I was messaging, I was like, okay, all right, yeah, this is all right. And then a million footballers, and so then. Yeah, I was like, cool. All right, I got to get on the phone. I got to get the phone. I actually went to the agency. I was like, we need to meet up. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. So you found out about the opportunity. You got excited about it, and then you went. And obviously, I believe it was Lola. Did it. So you're like, hey, now we got to make this. This is happening,
and you can't say no. And then, how was it working on that set?
It was wild. It was wild because you can probably imagine, when you've got that many celebrities, that many footballers, you've got so many people like that. It's quite challenging because, between me and you guys and everyone else who's listening, none of them were ever together or ever at that pitch, ever. So it was quite complicated. It was a bit of a jigsaw, the whole thing. But yeah, the world it's kind of in, that world of the pitch and everything, that was all shot in Spain, and it was wild. Because I'm a football fan, and just taking it back to its roots and having some fun with it. It was really, it was fun. But it was really hard because it was such a jigsaw. It was such a
Yeah, you gotta like envision. You have to like envision how it's gonna look while you're piecing it all together. Because if you don't have everyone there.
Yeah, and also like the writing of it took a long time, and also like to have that like dynamic of those people or those four guys in the car and to make it feel really intimate, make it feel like I always wanted the dialogue to like really bounce back and forth and everything like that. And obviously not having any of them together just makes it tricky. It makes it a lot trickier.
So when you watch this commercial, you are catching things that are like, oh, I remember, like that's not actually that person, or like that is a cut. This cut happened that nobody else would ever capture. But I'm so
they shouldn't. They should not know. They should not be thinking about that.
No, I
didn't. Yeah.
Hey, I didn't.
Mark,
know that. Whoa, I didn't. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, the work that you do. I could imagine like so many agencies, art directors, copywriters, when they sell an idea and they're flipping through portfolios, like your name probably comes up so often. So how does this work then? Like the smuggler, like are they filtering ideas that they think you will be best fit for? Are they sending ideas to you directly? How does it actually work?
Yeah, I've been with Smuggler for ages, and those guys are like, we're super tight, so they know what I like. They know what I want to do, you know. So they're like, hey, you're gonna love this, or like sometimes it's more like, hey, there's a seed here that I think you might like, or you know, do you think you could do something with this, or you know. And so it's kind of changes a lot, but it's kind of weird though too, because like I've got a lot of people I work with a lot. You know, like Apple, I've worked with.
Oh yeah, you guys are.
Like, I've worked with Apple, like a lot. You know, so like it's kind of a bit different. They're amazing because they just it's not kind of how it usually works, where it's, you know, like, oh, we've got an idea. You know, they kind of coming to me and we're going like, okay, cool. What are we going to do next? Especially I did a big series called The Underdogs with them, and so we'd come. It was not even like, it'd be like, hey, we're thinking about doing another thing, and then so I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. I think that could be a good film, and then a lot of that work and the work I did with Lola on Adidas too, it's much more of like a collaborative kind of writing process and stuff like that too. You're kind of like throwing things back and forward a lot more. Yeah.
Quick follow-up then. So when it's not like the usual suspects, how do you, like, what are those nuggets? Like, what are the things that, well, Smuggler knows what you like, but can you articulate some of the projects that you like to work on for the people that might not know?
Yeah. Good story. Number one. Good idea. Good idea. Good story. If it's funny, I kind of like that too. You know, that's always good. Or if it's like a world I can jump into that I'm like kind of thing. But you know, I think for me, it's just like having a really just like a clear idea on the page, or something that like they can like a really good bit of bait. Do you know what I mean? Like a good bit of bait that I'll like bite on that will like that will get me going. You know? Yeah. So
it's hard. You're like,
you know, like.
It's a hard
like
question.
From the Apple puppets to Adidas, and like, you know, like they're two totally different things.
Yeah, they are. It's totally different, and that's interesting. So it's like if you feel like there's something that you could really add to it, kind of like if they give out that bait where it's like, oh, here's the idea, here's the story. It's like, oh, it's Mark time. It's Marky Mark time.
I want to approach the same question from a different angle. What did you say?
Marky Mark. I said it's Marky Mark time.
I want to kind of pound in and double tap on this, because like, what are some things that you won't work on? You see this in a script or in like this type of idea where you're like immediately no, or Smuggler will know not to send to you. Can we approach the question this way?
Yeah. I don't know. They just know that I like to get, I just need, if it's just something that I've done before or I've seen before or something like that, you know, like they just kind of, you know, it just kind of doesn't get my juices going. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know,
it's a feeling.
It's a feeling more than that. You know, I don't think there's anything that's like.
Are you saying what you've done in your past portfolio, your past work?
Yeah, like I've done before, I've seen before too, you know, like, you know, so yeah. So it just depends on the job, you know, like.
Yeah, and that helps. Like people can look at your work and see like, okay, this might be a little similar.
It's interesting because I think that, you know, us being sickos, maybe the sickos out there, you can kind of see something, you kind of like, each director, especially the more well-known ones like yourself, kind of have the feel. You gotta be like, oh, okay, like it's got a little bit of a, you know, Mark Molloy feel to it. I feel like for all of them, except a Critter Carol, because there's puppets everywhere. So that one is way different. That's also Emmy nominated. So 2 very different Emmy nominations on the spectrum. Can we talk about a Critter Carol?
Yes, we
Because
can.
it's all real. These are all real puppets.
Totally real. And like so opposite to Adidas, where I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to put this thing together? Like everything is in camera on that. Do you know what I mean? I was like, from the very start, and Apple were great. Well, everyone was like, we are doing this for real. We are 100%. No AI, none of that shit. We're going back to like old school art of puppetry and doing everything in camera, and so we did that. It was, what the weird thing was, like I finished that job and I was just like, oh my God, I love puppetry. I fucking love puppetry. And then I was like, why do I love puppetry so much? And then I worked out, I was like, oh, it's because I can like control everything. I was like, oh, I'm a weirdo. I'm like, I've got problems, but but like we can't control everything, but like just like working with puppeteers and crafting something so specific like that, and again, how do I make it funny? How do I make it human, but not, and you got Flight for Concord song,
Yeah.
you got a bunch of puppets. It's fun.
Yeah. So speaking of, the 2 opposite ends, puppets you can very much control. On the other hand, you worked with what might be the biggest actor today in Timothée Chalamet. How was it working with him on set? He's in a lot of the scenes. I imagine you spent a lot of time together. So how was it working with Timmy?
Amazing. Like I've worked with a lot of celebs, over the years, and some, I shouldn't say too much, but like some dial it in a bit for an ad. Do you know what I mean? They're
Sure.
like, I'm making an ad. Well, I don't give a shit. Timmy. If you call him Timmy, Timmy was not like that at all. Like not like that at all. We caught up multiple times. I went around to his house, and we sort of sat there together on the couch and sort of looked at, because it's a film. Do you know? It's not a film. It's a 5-minute film. There's a lot of dialogue there. We went through all the dialogue. He had thoughts. He had ideas. He'd come super prepared on set, and really just like invested like 100%, and was like so respectful and just like, honestly, nice. Like amazing, and he's just, you might know he's a sports fan. You might know, and so he was just pumped too to be like doing a big, like a sports fan. He's pumped to be doing a thing with like Lamine and Bellingham and Messi and Bad Bunny and all those guys too. He was just like excited about the whole thing, and we spoke since he's seen it and stuff, and he just he loves it, and he's really proud of himself. But he was so good to work with, man. He was great, and like just having actors of that caliber to turn up and really deliver too. Like he really like gave me everything, so it was great.
Yeah. I guess on the other side, it's pretty interesting because you have Timothée Chalamet, trained actor, professional, best of the best. And then you're also working with athletes that don't act. So how do you approach that when you're working with someone who's not an actor?
Yeah, that's like the toughest. That was like probably one of the toughest things about it too, because they're sitting in a car with Timothy, so like, like you see some sports ads and they're just acting bad, and you just kind of like, you kind of get away with it.
Right.
This is not, because it's sitting next, like I can't have someone doing some terrible acting next to Timmy,
Right.
So what I did was just, as I was writing it, really thinking about how it's going to work with them, and not trying to write. I did a lot of study on the athletes and what I was asking them to do too. Like Jude Bellingham can act. Like he can act. So I was really thinking about that as I was as writing, and sort of going like, okay, let's do this within their work to their strengths. Or try and work to their strengths. But it was really hard too, because you don't have any of the other people in the car with them, too. So it was a lot of me I had a really clear picture the whole time of how I wanted it to feel.
Yeah.
And because I had to film Timothy last too, so I didn't have him, but I kind of had a really good idea of how I wanted him to feel. So it was complicated.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! I mean,
Yeah.
it's incredible to see it all come
Great
together.
job. I don't think we found out who won at the end of the actual ad.
Oh yeah, Mark.
That's because I never, if you find out who wins, then that's like, I always try and leave a question. You should always be left with a question rather than, I don't know, if you give people a bit of candy at the end, you want them sort of wanting more.
That's what I want. That's why I brought it up. I want the next.
Yeah,
the next
maybe
spot.
next World Cup. Maybe next World
Yeah,
Cup we'll
yeah.
get
But
an
even
answer.
all that Apple work I do, I never give everyone an ending because then they want to keep going back more. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like you just gotta tease a little bit. You gotta be left with questions. Yeah, yeah. Probably annoying, but
That's great.
We love it.
Mark,
Nicely done.
congrats on all the success and the Emmy nominations. Before we let you go, when are the Emmys? When do we find out?
The 5th of September. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, that's
great.
coming up.
Okay, okay.
I'm excited.
because-
You had Kim on before too. So Kim's got 2. I've got 2.
I was gonna say,
The
2
Australians.
Australians.
I was going to say, we're going to offer the same thing we offered you that we offered Kim. If you need anything, security detail for the Emmys, if there's anything happening, if you need us for anything, let us know.
We'll assign one of us to Kim, one of us to you as well. So you'll just let us know who your one option is, your 2 option is for self-defense.
All right. Okay, I like it. Let me talk to Kim and see.
Yeah.
We'll work out. We'll fight over you. Yeah.
Okay, great. Perfect. Mark Molloy, thank you so much. Congratulations, and appreciate you taking the time to join the show.
Hey, cheers, guys. Nice one. Nice to chat.
Thank
guy.
you.
Good guy.
Mark Molloy, legend, Gino. Another legendary thing, IAB Creative Fronts. Hey, listen up. Hey, listen up. I want to talk about IAB Creative Fronts. If you're in marketing, media buying, or anything creator economy, mark your calendar right now, September 15th in New York City. IAB is running IAB Creative Fronts. It's the first upfront style event built entirely around creators. This is where brands, agencies, and platforms actually driving commerce and culture right now show you how creator-led strategy is running the whole funnel. If you're making media investment decisions this year, this is the room to be in before those decisions get made. September 15th, New York City, IAB Creative Fronts. Go check it out. It's free. It's absolutely free.
Free 99.
Free 99, 5-finger discount, IAB Creative Fronts. Right now, or in a few seconds, or in maybe a minute, we're going to have Devin Goudey, who is the team lead of agency partnerships at Tatari. Tatari, friend of the program, of course, Gino. Anything you're excited about with this interview when we bring in Devin?
I'm excited to talk TV. Like, I'm curious, like, of like, if I was in charge of a media budget, like, how would TV actually work? Like, would I want to place ads on TV? How does that work? Can we measure it? Just kind of getting in the weeds there. Because we talk about social media campaigns all the time.
All the time.
All the freaking time. So it's going to be nice to touch the TV landscape.
Because the big thing these days that people are, I guess, concerned maybe about or question is like measuring the impression and like, did someone actually watch TV? It's never going to be perfect. You have all the the Nielsen stuff going on. It's like, a household, if someone's watching TV, are they actually watching TV versus like with your phone, you can obviously be like, oh, clearly this person's actually watching this thing. But it's not as valuable of a thing. Like if I'm going to watch a commercial, that's different than watching a micro series on my phone. So it's like, how do you compare those two? Because it feels like apples and oranges in some ways. How do you measure impact across those different
that's
channels?
the big question. That's going to be the question of the hour.
But Tatari, presenting sponsor, we're going to have to ask about that.
Why?
Why? What are you thinking? Why would you do that?
That's a really good idea because we talk. Our target audience it aligns, and like we have a lot of reach in it.
Oh, okay. You're doing the Tatari is. Presenting sponsor of the show. If you don't know, now you know. Tatari TV, absolute legends over there, and Devin leads the agency partnerships team. So pretty much what they do is like, they work with the ad agency to be able to like offer now this for their clients. Be like, you want to offer more? We talk about DAC all the time. If you listen to the ad reads, DAC. They might as well also be part of the program as well. But it's
double-digit growth in accounts and revenue.
That's right.
What channel would you want your ads to run on nowadays?
This is a great question. I would go with. I'm trying to think, what TV channel am I still watching the commercials on? I would go maybe
like ESPN. Like, is that?
ESPN's fair because you get a lot of different people, but it's also like only sports. HGTV.
Ooh.
HGTV.
I'm going Food Network. I love the Food Network, man.
Because you know why that's a good idea? Because if I, this is weird, but when I watch the Food Network, that's when I love to eat. I love eating and watching the Food Network because it kind of gets me pumped up.
So it's like we launch a food brand with Antoni. We're going to talk to Tatari to get our ads seen on Food Network. We'll run that idea, see how that would work.
Yeah, we absolutely can figure that out. I think we're working on some tech stuff with Devin right now, trying to get the webcam going. So give us a second here, but what you said your TV channel would be?
Food Network. You said HGTV Property Brothers. Those dudes.
Property Brothers are great.
You like Love It or List It?
Love It or List It is a good one. John and Kate plus 8.
Oh.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah.
They ended up being a little bit of a messy divorce.
Oh.
It was a good show.
I mean,
it was a good show while it was happening. They
had 8 kids.
They had 8 kids. It's
could
tough.
see that
And you got
causing
Alex Earl doing her show now, like bringing family reality TV. I'm trying to think, like, it's tough, man. Doing the reality TV and bringing your family into that world, you got a lot to have to deal with. Isn't that? Don't you think?
It's like those,
would you have us do a reality TV? Sometimes I feel like we are a reality TV.
I'll tell you what feels like it.
Are you excited for this?
Just got my lease in New York City, my next apartment.
Did you use Street Easy?
I did use Street Easy.
Nice. How was the experience?
Seamless. I had an idea for Street Easy to pay for my rent for the year. Street Easy is sponsoring creators in New York to be forever creators in New York. I sent them a press release of like what this could look like. So they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Are they targeting creators?
I think they should.
Why?
Because it's the highest growing desired career field.
Nice. So
New York City is the home of creators, let's say. So
okay.
You see, I kind of got to workshop the pitch.
So but you want more creators to stay in New York, is kind of the thing?
Yeah.
Because their whole thing right now is they want people to use Street Easy to buy properties and not just rent.
That's fine too.
Yeah.
They could buy me a place.
Oh, you want them to buy you a place?
Yeah, that could work.
That could work too. Where would you have them buy your place?
Tribeca.
Okay. Good. Just the most expensive, most unrealistic place in the world. That's great.
You ask.
I am moving tomorrow to the Upper West Side.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't that incredible?
You're gonna be a Central Park stroller.
Central Park stroller. That's good. That's a good name for a company. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I got all the boxes. You saw me, you got bring in the boxes. Yep. I got to do all that. I got to do all that tonight.
Did you get movers?
I am getting movers.
Yeah. What company?
I'll tell you after this because we got Devin. He's joining the show right now. Let's bring in Devin Goudey from Tatari, team lead, agency partnerships. Devin, how are you doing?
Gentlemen, thanks for having me. Good to see you.
It's great to see you too. Hey, where do we begin? I mean, first off, appreciate the support and
thank you.
and joining us in this journey of bringing the best marketing and advertising news content in the world to the people.
I was going to say, we got our water bottles
Hey,
together. There you go.
Cheers to that.
This is water, by the way, everyone. Don't worry.
No Svedka in there?
No, not this time. Not this time. Shout out to Becca. All right, Devin, let's start with, maybe like if maybe they're new to this, they're seeing this for the first time. What's your role? What are you doing at Tatari?
Yeah, my role is leading our agency partnerships team, a team of sales focused on partnering with mostly independent agencies on bringing our Convergent TV platform to those agencies. So, yeah, focused on people that want to use our full stack or parts of our platform for their TV or video campaigns. So, been at Tatari about 2 years. Background is programmatic, been in ad tech for a while, and it's been fun. Obviously, you guys have met a lot of the team. Jack, I think you met Josh last week too in New York.
Yeah, we had a chat, of course. Yeah, had to. Great team, great crew.
I got a question.
Oh, here we go. Gino's gonna ask a question
because we say it in the ad read like. You had this conversation. If you're in an agency, your client's maxed out on paid social and search. I guess how can people that are working in media and making these decisions, how do they know when they're maxed out? Is that just like when the budget, or is it not working? Is it not optimized anymore? How do they know when it's time to start thinking about TV?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's really how Tatari started, right? These brands were maxing out on search and social, and what that means is you're likely reaching the same audience. Costs are rising. You guys spoke with T on Tuesday, I want to say, and he mentioned it too, right? CPMs were rising, and looking for incremental new audiences to reach. I think that's the inflection point where TV makes sense. It's the biggest screen in the house. It's a massive reach driver, but also it can be performant. So ultimately looking at incrementality in your other channels and seeing if you've kind of oversaturated these channels. And a lot of times, a lot of brands are, right? You're spending millions of dollars on social. What's next? And we feel that TV is what's next, and what makes the most sense is the next kind of growth channel for those teams.
Yeah, it's interesting because we're in a time now where independent agencies are kind of having a moment where it's like they can compete for clients that maybe they weren't able to before because everything was dependent on resourcing and like having 5,000 people, but you don't need that many people to run the creative and be like the AOR for a big brand anymore. But brands do want sometimes that integrated media and creative. So do you see yourself as like kind of a solution for that, where it's like a creative agency is like, we're really good at the creative stuff. We don't really have the media capabilities right now, but Tatari can come in and kind of satisfy that for at least the TV side?
Yeah, it's exactly that. I mean, you hit on it perfectly. We are the TV infrastructure engine that they can deploy. And to your point, if you're a creative shop and you're fantastic at creative, I mean, you've had some great guests on here, right? But you don't know where to start in terms of media buying. We talk with creative shops that are like, this could be a new incremental revenue stream if we had this capability, right? We're great at this one piece. We don't have the expertise, the resources, the scale, the efficiency to really hire this new capability and build that out internally. Who can we partner with and find strategic partners that make sense to add in? So that's where we come in, right? You can use a soup to nuts, or you can use whatever is most valuable specific to that, the need of that agency or specific brand, right? So everyone's a little bit different.
Devin, I want you to be honest with me on this question here.
Here we go.
So if Breaking and Entering, created a 30-second TV commercial, could we potentially come to you and would Tatari be able to get our commercial onto TV potentially?
Yes, it depends what you're looking to do, but yeah, the simple answer is yes. I mean, I'm assuming you guys want to be in the Super Bowl. You want to be okay. We'll get you there to start, and then we could focus on a more local strategy from there. But yeah, exactly that, Gino. It's a place where we can get you on TV because we access everything that happens on the TV screen.
Okay, so we're gonna cut regional. That clip. The beauty is that we will be cutting down that clip and we will stop it as soon as you say yes. We will just end it right there. No strings attached. No nuance.
No, I wasn't asking could you do it for us? I was just saying, in theory, could it could happen.
That's kind of a good question. Is it really you could, if we had the video, you really could go?
We had some dollars.
Yeah, of course.
I was gonna say what kind of budgets are we talking?
What would be for a weekend, all of New York City sees it?
We'll talk a couple million.
Okay.
No, we can get you in there. The simplest answer is yes, and we'll leave it at that. We'll save the Super Bowl for 2028. Though.
Yeah, okay. We're thinking about that.
Do you how has this conversation gone? Because I feel like the hot thing to talk about is how media is fragmented, it's changing. You all have kind of staked your claim in TV. What do you hear from the clients you work with? Why they come to you? What are they hearing from their clients as to why get involved in TV or why build out that part of the media mix?
Yeah, I think ultimately, and you as a consumer at home too, right? Think about your own viewership. I have YouTube TV, I have Hulu, I have Peacock, right? Mm-hmm. Likely the brands want to reach people that are acting the same way that they are as a consumer. So having a partner and a platform to do that is important, and that's where we can come in. I think the biggest thing though is being able to not only tie in the access but also the measurement. So we started as a really search, social, then kind of that next growth channel for performance was TV. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's helping your business grow, and whether it's as an agency, a new revenue stream, a new capability, being able to win and compete on more RFPs, or it's the brands that those agencies work with. They want more sales, they want more customers, they want to acquire more customers, and TV is really, really good at that. So I think that's how you're kind of thinking about it for a brand. And obviously we have a brand direct team, but our agency team has hundreds of brands that work under our umbrella, and all of them have a reason for including TV, whether it's a big brand moment or a show integration and something like a Yellowstone, but also down to like hey, I have this underperforming store location in Boston that I need more hyper local coverage on. So it's always tying it back to a business outcome or a business reason, and that's kind of where TV can come into the fold, where search and social doesn't have that big reach and prestige. You're getting lost in the feed, right?
Yeah.
TV is always going to be that biggest screen in the house.
Yeah, it's great. Can you explain the Yellowstone? So, like, do you mean that you can facilitate an integration for something that happens during the show?
Yeah, there's actually, if you go on our website, shameless plug, and check out our partnership with Tecovas. We have a really good direct relationship with networks, Paramount obviously being one. And Tecovas Cowboy Boots kind of is a natural marriage with Yellowstone, right? The Cowboys, Kevin Costner, the whole crew.
Love that brand.
We actually got all of them to wear Tecovas, who worked with us, cowboy boots in the show. So show integration in those episodes. So that's a cool thing. It's like it goes beyond just a 15 or 30-second spot. It could be as big as a show integration or a moment that might make sense that your brand can align to. And that's where the creative piece ties in as well, right? So thinking about creative ways to get brands involved with shows or publishers in general.
The one thing, are you all able to protect us against the thing that happens when you see the same ad every single commercial break and then you end up actually having a disdain for that brand because you see it 5,000 times, like Randa, like Wegovy or whatever, the pharmaceuticals I feel like always do this. But are you able to solve for that?
Yeah, you're talking frequency control. Yeah. Yes. Full control, full transparency to control all that with your buy. I've been a victim of the oversaturation, and you see a lot of it, and you're like, I don't think I'd ever consider Carnival Cruise after I just watched this episode of The Bear on Hulu because I saw their ad every ad pod. So yeah, exactly that. And that's a great piece of having a direct relationship with the publishers too. We can have those conversations pretty easily.
Yeah. How has this affected your own TV consumption at home with your family or with your friends? And you're in the market where your platform placed this commercial in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I know a little too much, right, at this point. And my family probably hates it. We run campaigns all the time where I'm like making my wife open her phone after we see an ad on the couch and like go on the website right now and help us out a little bit. Yeah. But I think just for me personally, like I use YouTube TV or like a Hulu Live TV. I think it's interesting seeing those types of formats where many people think that's streaming only, but a lot of the ads you see in those cable-like streamers are actually being fed in through linear means. So just knowing like the blending, the gray areas of these formats is really interesting to me. But also, the data piece and tying the measurement. I think it's fun for me to say, hey, I saw this ad last night watching whatever. I'm a Red Sox fan, the Sox game, and then I come in and look at the reporting the next day in our Tatari dashboard and see how that performed.
Oh, yeah, nice. That's sick.
So I'm curious about that. So you tell the people by you, like, go to the website right after you saw the TV commercial. Is that how the measurement works? Can you talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, so taking a step back, that's part of the measurement, sure. If you place our pixel, we look at incremental lift. For linear specifically, we see from our data science team that first 5 minutes post-exposure on linear is when we see the most traffic to that website, right? But what we're really looking for is incrementality and lift above what we consider like an organic baseline of traffic. So let's use you all and your spot as the example, right? And we can use linear and streaming. If we place you in HGTV tonight on Property Brothers or whatever it might be. Once that spot airs on linear, we're going to see that 5-minute window and see how many people actually went to the site after seeing the ad and maybe downloaded the podcast or clicked an article or viewed a clip, to your point, Jack, on something that you might have said on the show the day before. We look at an organic baseline of traffic, what it might be without ads running. So that pixel is saying, okay, if no media is running, strip out email, search, social, everything. There's 20 people on your website at 1:15 Eastern time on a Thursday. The ad runs on HGTV. It spikes to 200. You would have got the 20 people to the website regardless of that ad running. We'll look at the incremental 180 and tie that into that spot that ran. So it gives you a little bit more of a directional read, especially getting that next day. In linear is pretty rare. You get a kind of a projection. In streaming is a little bit easier though because it's more one-to-one.
I think it's fascinating that you can look right after. Like you can see the almost borderline real time sort of reaction to it.
They got these commercials now. You can click on it.
Oh yeah,
you can click on it.
Yeah,
you can go buy the product on Amazon or something.
You gotta reduce the friction. Should we all just take a sip real quick of our Tatari water bottle?
Yeah.
Cheers. Tatari water bottle. Cheers.
Cheers. Mm-hmm. Great.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Devin, thank you so much for joining the show. Absolute pleasure, and appreciate Tatari being the presenting sponsor of the Breaking and Entering live show. The best. Tatari, goated. We have it as the headline right here. Tatari is goated. Devin, you are goated. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Take care.
That's Devin. Give him hey, if you work at an agency, just message him right now. Just really quick. Just message him right now and be like, hey.
Connect with him.
Yo, I just saw you on the beginning.
Spam him.
Spam.
Get him.
Get him. Gino, we got one more thing for the show.
I'm so thrilled about
I'm excited about this one.
Let me find my notes section here.
Yep, come on.
All right, 1 second.
Tracksuit.
Okay, this is the tracksuit segment here. It's the exclusive data partner. Jose Cuervo is going mass while everyone else is going premium here. Jack is getting up to the green screen. Jose Cuervo is crushing it right now. He's going to do a breakdown of Jose Cuervo, their strategy, and some of the tactics as well. I'm going to help fill in the pieces while Jack's in the green screen. He's going to get in the data.
Yeah.
Let's go over to Jack now. In the data.
You know, all these marketers you talk about, we got to use data. We got to be at the data. I don't see you in the data. I'm in the data right now, Gino. If you look at this, I fucking love this so much. If you look here, Gino, we're looking at the funnel. We're looking at the funnel of Jose Cuervo from awareness all the way down to the bottom of the funnel. And what you'll notice is that at every stage of the funnel, Jose Cuervo over the last year, Gino, has improved. Ooh. I mean, you talk about tequila, spirits. I feel like people don't drink as much alcohol, but they're drinking Jose Cuervo. Big thing to note here, I feel like the headline for you all is, not necessarily leaning into premiumization. I don't think Jose Cuervo is positioning themselves as premium, but they are going for scale and just awareness. And you know why they're doing that? And you know how I know that they're doing that? NASCAR partnership, Gino. I believe that they just locked in with NASCAR 2 years to be the official tequila partner. That's right. And I mean, where else would you rather get a shot of Jose Cuervo, get a drink than at, Daytona 500 situation?
Mm-hmm. They got the Cuervo bars and branded activations at races, including Daytona and Talladega.
Gino, my favorite piece of marketing from Jose Cuervo is that one song that we like.
Oh yeah.
What is it? It's like
After 3 rounds of Jose Cuervo.
Love that. That's the best marketing that's ever happened. But this is the data. I mean, this is what Tracksuit gives you, by the way. Shout out, exclusive data partner. And I honestly, I always think about awareness. I almost am surprised that the awareness is that low, Gino. Like, doesn't everyone know what Jose Cuervo is?
Yeah, it's getting up there, though. It's getting up there. That is surprising.
In a market where a lot of tequila brands are suffering, we just saw the Patron thing. I also think that's interesting to compare. Patron leaning in on being premium, talking about the ingredients. It's real tequila. You know what you're getting. It's for the luxury audience. Jose Cuervo is just right down the middle. So we're Jose Cuervo.
Yeah, they're not worried. They're not worried about becoming fancy, Jack. They want to become accessible, well seen. Everybody knows it. There's no barriers to drink Jose Cuervo, and it's working for them.
That's right, Gino. This was me inside the data, brought to you by Tracksuit. Give them a look. Go check out Tracksuit, the exclusive data partner of Breaking and Entering, breaking down Jose Cuervo. Back to the studio.
Fantastic. We should have a little Jose Cuervo right now, Jack. We're being done with the show. Done for the week here. Thank you all for welcoming us into your homes or your offices here. It's Thursday. We are back on live next week, Tuesday.
That's right. We'll see you then. Gino, we can get into the post show right now because I feel like we have some stuff to talk about.
All right, let's do it.
We are done. If you guys want to log off, if you want to hear about the sickest party of all time, it's happening tomorrow night in New York City.
That's right. We turned 2. Full-time working on break entering 2 years now as of September. We're going to be celebrating it tomorrow.
It is going to be insane.
Jack, what's your vision for this?
I think that we have accidentally invited too many people. Don't tell anyone I said that, but I think that there will be a lot of people there for the Breaking Entering TikTok Riz Party 2.0.
Since it's party time, backwards hat.
It's basically the weekend.
What's your, is this like networking? Is there going to be a panel?
All right, good. Yeah, let's do some FAQs. No.
Okay.
It's a rage. It's a rager.
What is the dress code?
The dress.
Hot.
Ellie, what is the dress code?
Hot, awesome, look unbelievable, undeniable.
It's kind of like a Gino. I feel like you have a good answer for this.
Yeah, I was thinking like you're going out, but adults are going to be there.
Okay. You said dress the best you've ever dressed in your entire life.
That was my take of what Jack would say. This is what Jack would say. Dress the best you've ever looked ever. And my take is you're going out on a Friday night, but adults are going to be there.
Yeah. People are excited. People in the chat, they're saying must meet the new Breaking Entering CEO. And
there's the chief LE officer.
Chief LE officer.
Who's going to be there? Like, what's the part? Like, what's the
everyone?
You'll have. I think the best way.
I invited 300 people.
That's right.
I think the best way to describe it is from last year. We had an intern at Terry and Sandy there, tapped me on the shoulder and pointed at somebody. It was like, "Who is that?" I go, "That is the global CCO of BBDO." So you have an intern level to that high up. That's what you can expect. But
it's a welcoming crew. All these people are cool people. So don't feel like you have to be yourself. I am going to bring my full freak self to the Riz Party, and that's just the fact. That's what I'm going to do. You gotta be yourself at this. Ellie, what?
You're gonna be a freak at the TikTok Riz Party?
Yeah, I'm a freak. Everyone knows that.
He's a freak.
I'm a freak of nature. So it's going to be great. I'm excited for the Riz Party.
And you didn't tell them where it's at, or like how do you?
Not anymore. This shit's packed.
Oh, so we're just talking about something that they can't even go to?
Well, I think some people watching might be going. So yeah, it'll be great.
Okay, so they can't reach out to you at all to see how to get.
You can reach out. Like DM for Eddie. DM for Eddie, like in Snapchat days.
Is it BYOB?
No, we got unlimited, unlimited everything. Whatever you indulge in, you'll be covered.
I can't wait. This is going to be fun.
Ellie, anything else before we log off for the weekend?
Let's get Sandy.
That's right. We'll see you next week, the Breaking Entering live show.
Hopefully we all make it.
Hopefully we're back on Tuesday.